Alright guys, welcome back to Soaring Highs and Crushing Lows. Just so you know, this episode is going to be a visceral episode. This episode is going to be a bitter episode. This episode is going to be me being very petty and going after a specific organization. That organization is Family Court of Philadelphia, more specifically, the administration of Family Court. They are probably the most useless city employees that I can think of. I don't think they do shit. They sit up there in their ivory tower and they fire people. By the way, people that fire people and get a kick out of it, they're fucking vile. They're vermin. They're pigs, okay? They don't understand they ruin lives. When you fire people for bullshit, mediocre, minuscule things, they don't care. They'll fire you. They'll send you to the street. We're going to be talking about that, which is going to be fun. Shout out to the people at Family Court that I like working with, the probation officers. Shout out everyone on the 10th floor. Shout out the security guards. They're nice people. Everyone that works there is a nice person. And, we're going to expose a man named Mario, who's on the 14th floor. And if Mario's listening, real quick, go fuck yourself. You're fat. You're obese. Probably haven't seen your cock in 30 years, and that's your problem, Jack. Hey, but at least you get a nice pension, you fat loser. And, go fuck yourself. But let's start with a positive note. I'm sitting here, I'm drinking a Pinot Noir. If you listen to the show, you know I'm a big Pinot Noir guy. Tonight's bottle comes from the Santa Barbara County out there in California called Sea Glass. It's a nice Pinot Noir. I just got finished reffing 5 games of basketball. Guys, here's the thing. At this point in my life, I'm realizing now with DEI, which is Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Act, I'm never going to get hired, okay? I'm never going to get hired. Amtrak wouldn't hire me because I'm white, I'm pretty sure. Cintas wouldn't hire me because I'm white. I don't know what's going on. No one's hiring me. Society is kicking me out. So we have to rely on this podcast. Some things to talk about before I go on my visceral, angry rant is the fact that next Saturday, February 3rd, is stand-up comedy night at the RHAWN Pub. Stand-up comedy night at the RHAWN Pub. I'm the headliner, of course. We're going to have some opening acts, and then afterwards, we're all going to get completely shit-faced. We're going to have a great time. I mean, we are going to have a swinging time. You know who's probably never had fun in his life? Mario Diodamo on the 14th floor of Family Court. Once again, Mario, fuck you. You need to hear that as much as you possibly can because you're a rat. You ruin people's lives. And you don't care. You have no accountability, you fat fuck. You're a fucking loser. Okay, I got to calm down here. Oh my God. All right, one more big gulp of the Pinot Noir. Oh God, that is sweet. Here's what happened, guys. I have a degree in criminal justice from Penn State Abington, okay? I did an internship at Family Court with juvenile probation. I really liked it, okay? That's what I wanted to do. I wanted that job, okay? I really wanted to be a juvenile probation officer. So I get the job, and things were great. But I was 24, 23 when I got the job. And actually, I'm probably more out of control now. But I was, a young guy down the shore all the time, and I kept that job for 4 years. Now, one particular evening on a February in 2018, old Frankie boy, much to your surprise, had one too many drinks, okay? And I decided to drive my car. And then I crashed. And I got the only cop in the 15th district that gives a fuck. Okay, this guy was a hard ass. He's a loser. This cop that locked me up, he locked up a 21-year-old girl on Christmas Eve at 11:45 p.m. Okay, and her blood alcohol is a .09. I forget what that cop's name is, but fuck him. So now I'm panicking, and I'm saying to myself, you know what? Like, do I tell work? Should I tell work? And in the handbook it says, if you're arrested, you need to report to your supervisor. Guys, real quick, I'm going to give you some DUI advice right now. If you happen to get one, and by the way, the listeners of this show, it's not if you're going to get one, it's when you're going to get one. So when you do, here's what you do, okay? Shut up. Shut up. Nobody needs to know about this. Do not tell your work, okay? Work is not your friends, okay? They're not your friends. Do not tell them. Hire Joe Kelly, okay, and shut up. then live your life for the next 2 years like it never happened, and eventually the case will go away. I, however, did not do that. I told my supervisor, and they brought me up to the 14th floor, and they said there's three options. They can fire you, you can resign, or they can wait to see the outcome of the case. Now, I would have liked to see them wait for the outcome of the case, but they said, hey, if you resign and you beat the case, then you can get your job back if you beat the case within a year. So I take that road. I resign. And I was crying like a baby. And my life was collapsing around me. And it really was. I mean, it really was. I didn't know what I was going to do next. It was a very scary moment. Getting fired is a very scary thing. And that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. These people, they want you to give them 2 weeks, do this, do that. Fuck them. And they can fire you whenever they want. That's such a fucking tyrant move. So I'm walking out. I'm crying my eyes out. And I actually stopped in a bar, West Tavern, R.I.P. Westies, and I got a job there Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Lo and behold, that's where my, what do you call it, cocaine addiction started. But we've kicked that in the butt, and there's no problem with that anymore, thank God. But yeah, so I was able to get by. Now during this time, the case gets thrown out, like a year later. So I'm all excited. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get my job back. Oh my God. My friends and I, we had a few cocktails. And when I say a few cocktails, listen, we drink, okay? We don't drink like you fucking pussies, okay? I've never heard of a few beers. If you're coming out with me, you're having hundreds. Not a few, hundreds. And that's just how I am. I'm built differently. As Charlie Sheen would say, I'm a freaking rock star from Mars. So I had about, 7 or 8 old fashions. Hoo-wee! And then I had about 6 Miller Lights. And then I went home with a woman. And woke up the next day. And I said, oh my God, I got to go take this drug test. And at the time I was completely clean. I did nothing in my system, okay? So I go take the drug test. I think no problem. I'm going to get my job back. This is great. I'm all excited. My life's getting back on track. Wrong. I get a phone call from family court. And they tell me they're not going to hire me because there was alcohol in my system. Now, guys, I'll give you a little history lesson here. Alcohol is legal in the United States of America. Do you understand that? It's legal if you're over the age of 21. I was 28. I wasn't above 0.08. They tested my urine for alcohol, and they found alcohol in my urine. Wasn't drunk. Okay, hungover? Probably. Wasn't drunk. Is that a crime, be hungover? So they tell me, hey, we're not giving you your job back. I swear to God, guys, the world... have you ever had something happen to you that you almost drop to your knees, you can't stop shaking, you're like, oh my God, 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 oh my God. That's what I felt like, okay? My world was collapsing. So I'm just so... I can't even think straight. I can't see straight. So I think maybe I'll get in my suit and tie and I'll go down to family court and I'll explain my situation. So I go down there, 14th floor. I ask to talk to that rat, fat cocksucker Mario. I ask if I can talk to him. And he comes out. By the way, this guy does nothing. I mean, nothing. He orders pretzels once a year, wants to shake everyone's hand. Fuck you. So I said, listen, I'm so sorry. I went out to celebrate getting my job back. I was with friends. We were having a good time. I was excited to get my job back. We were just having a few drinks. And he goes, well, you had to resign because you had because of a DUI. I said, well, first of all, you know what, Mario? First of all, I'm taking this guy to court. I'm taking this guy to court because I didn't get a DUI. We went to court, and the judge said I didn't do it. So you shouldn't be able to bring that up, you fat bastard. You should not be able to bring that up, you rat, you pig, because the case got thrown out. So you shouldn't even be bringing that up. I'm getting a lawyer, guys. We're gonna go after this motherfucker. We'll talk about that later. So I'm crying. I'm like, Mario, please. I'm telling you, I was out with friends celebrating getting my job back. Please, 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 please. And him being the cold, obese, grotesque, asshole prick that he is, said, well, I can't have you working around children. Are you kidding me? I've worked around kids my entire fucking life, okay? I'm 20. First of all, you got guys working in that building that should not be around kids. I went out drinking with 28-year-old people chasing adult women. You got people in that building that are freaks, okay? And they just let this go. They don't say shit. And you can't have me around kids? Mario, fuck you. I wouldn't let you around kids, you freak. Man, this Pinot Noir is absolutely delicious. Let me pour another one. Let me pour some more. Well, I'm not getting a job at Family Court. I got to make my own money now, so I can get as drunk as I want. And that is a beautiful thing. So, where was I? I was talking about Hitler. No, I'm sorry. I was talking about Mario. They are one and the same. I don't like comparing people to Hitler. I think it's a stretch, but when it comes to him, I don't know if it's that far off. He ruins lives. He doesn't care. He does not care. He'll throw you to the street. You got kids? Don't care. You got an illness, you need the health care? Don't care. He doesn't care. He's a cold, calloused individual. He's worse than the Grinch. He should be locked up. Anyway, so Mario doesn't give me my job back. He fires me. My parents are ready to fucking kill me. Okay? Here I am. I got my job back. Wrong. So, since then, guys, that was like 5 years ago, I've really had a rough go of things. I mean, I was out in the streets. I was trying to make a living. I was a substitute teacher. I did roofing. I did this. I did that. I had every job under the sun, okay? Then I was a mailman. You guys all know that story. I got bit by the dogs. I got $50,000. I moved down to Florida. By the way, Florida, I miss you. I love you, Florida. Take me back, please. These people up here are fucked up. They're fucked up. They got kids escaping from prison. They're murdering everyone. And they're worried about me. The 28-year-old who had a couple drinks. So let's fast forward. By the way, I have some pretty great stories in those 5 years. So maybe if I didn't get fired from Family Court, I wouldn't have these great stories. And I wouldn't be the successful stand-up comic that I am. By the way, anyone at Family Court listening, you want to come to my comedy show next Saturday night, I'll give you free admission. We're charging $5. I'll let you in if you show us your FJD badge. And if you bring Mario, well, I'm going out back with him and I'm beating the shit out of him. I'm not going to go looking for Mario, but if he shows up, listen, I'm not running from anybody. I will beat him the fuck up. I don't like him. I don't like this man. He's evil. I'm getting sidetracked here. So yeah, you guys know I moved back from Florida in August. And my cousin, Brian McEwen, great guy, by the way. If you ever need a deck done, if you ever need a basement done, you ever need a bathroom, McEwen Home Remodeling is who you go to. Anyway, he gives me a job, and I'm making like $150 a day, and I'm getting by, and I'm looking for other jobs. I'm applying for jobs. I'm not getting them because I'm white. There's no other reason. I'm a college graduate with no criminal record. I can't get a job. I'm pretty sure next time I'm going to claim that I'm Native American. Okay? If you're a white guy looking for a job in Biden's America, good luck. Okay? So now I'm at work one day for McEwen Home Remodeling, and I get a phone call from the 14th floor at Family Court. What the fuck is this? So I answer, like, Mr. Hennessy, are you still interested in the job? I said, you know what? I am. So I habitually smoke marijuana. I stopped smoking. I went to the sauna. I got it out of my system. I'm all ready to go. I'm all ready to get a clean start. I'm ready to go in there. I'm ready to go into the 14th floor for this interview and kiss Mario's fat ass. I was going to bend. If he asked me to kiss his ass, I would have bent over. I would have kissed his fat ass. I would have said, Mario, I made some bad decisions when I was younger. My life's been out of control. I really like working with kids. And I think that with what happened to me in the last 5 years, with losing my job, going to jail, going to court, getting caught up in drugs and alcohol and everything like this. And I think right now I have a good head on my shoulders. I'm 33 years old. I want to start fresh, okay? I want this job. I think I'm really good. I think I can help kids. I think kids will talk to me. Someone that's in a bad situation. I understand that. I'm compassionate. I have empathy. Two things that Mario Diodama does not have: compassion and empathy. He has none. None. He literally has none. He will fire you in a second and just go fuck that guy. He's one of the worst human beings on the planet. He's worse than Hamas. He really is just an evil individual. And by the way, some people warn me, I wouldn't say anything bad about him in case you need another job. Fuck him. There's a million jobs out there. I'll find some. Guess what? I'll make it on my own, cuz. Mark my words, I'll make it on my own. I don't have a fucking job right now. I made $1,600 this week. You know why? Because I hustle. DoorDash, referee, bartend. All right? I'm a hustler. I don't need you, you fat pig. And, oh my God, I'm losing track again. It's this damn Pinot Noir. Anyway, so, yeah, I was going to go in there and kiss the ring and tell him that, listen, I made mistakes in the past, and I really think this could be good for me. It's redemption. And I think that having someone that fucked up their lives would be beneficial for kids on probation, you know? Because I'm understanding. I understand the drugs. I understand the drug addiction, the alcohol. You know, I can just empathize with these kids. I thought I'd be a good hire. So I'm all excited, guys, and I'm in my suit and tie. I'm listening to Rocky soundtrack. I had a good breakfast, cup of coffee. I'm like, let's go to this interview. And I get in my car, and I'm getting on 95, Harbison Avenue, and I see Family Court calling my cell phone again. I go, what the fuck is... Hello? Oh, yeah, hi, Mr. Hennessy? Yeah, listen, we're going to have to reschedule the interview. I was like, oh, what do you mean? She's like, oh, well, an emergency happened. I go, okay, well, is it definitely going to be rescheduled? I was like, I took off from work, and I'm already on my way there. So is it going to be rescheduled? And she said, yeah, it's going to be rescheduled. These people are cowards. I don't know this chick on the 14th floor. I don't want to say her name because I'm pretty sure, I won't say her name. She did nothing wrong. It's not her fault. But she calls me and tells me that. So, okay, fine. Kind of weird, right? Cancel an interview 15 minutes before it starts. I'm telling you, this Pinot Noir, what is it called again? Seaglass. Whoo-wee, this is delicious. You guys got to try it. My God. So now a week goes by. It's been a week since she canceled. So I'm like, what the fuck? So today, it's Friday, January 26th. I call her and I say, first of all, you know who answered the phone? That rat. That pig. Mario. And he goes, can you call back in 15 minutes? Because and ask for Emily. Because he's a coward. You don't understand, guys. This guy is yellow. He's a coward. He is a coward. He's the worst. This is what he does. He's a yes man. He fires to yes man, yes man, yes. Fuck you, douchebag. So, right away she knows who it is. That's not it. She goes, oh, is this Mr. Hennessy? I said, indeed it is. And she says, hey, I was told by the administration that we cannot interview you and that contacting you was a mistake on our part, and I apologize. I was like, wait a second, who's saying this? What do you mean? What happened? She says, oh, no, I was told by administration not to interview you. We can't interview. I was like, what? Why? I was like, can I talk to him? Can I talk to Mario? Because I'm telling you, I will apologize. I'm sorry. I want this job. I want to be a juvenile probation officer in this city. I want to help kids. I want this job. Can I please talk to Mario? She says, no, he can't talk to you at this time. So, yeah. They set me up. They had my hopes high. And now I'm just unhinged, okay? I'm going to tell you guys something. When I was a juvenile probation officer, these people don't do... No offense to people that are juvenile probation officers, but they go in at fucking 9, they're home at 3. Okay? I'm not telling you anything you don't know. The job is the easiest job in America. It's the easiest job in America. Okay? And they actually, the probation officers actually had the responsibility. God forbid something happens, one of these wild juvenile kids does something at 4 in the morning. Somehow it's the probation officer's fault. I'm not trying to talk shit on the probation officers. And when I go to NBC 10 investigators, I don't want them investigating the probation. I want them investigating the 14th floor. Okay, on the 14th floor, that's where Mario and this witch, I forget her name, I don't even give a fuck. She's his partner in crime. These two dildos, I think that's an appropriate word for them, they don't do anything. Okay, their job is they're the administrative staff. So they fire everybody. On all angles, they'll fire you. They don't care. I was talking to a girl who worked there. She recently got fired. They took the word of a criminal over hers. So Mario and this woman, I'm telling you, they don't do a goddamn thing. Their salaries, I'll probably throw up. I will throw up if I ever find out what it is. But it's probably like $85,000. He deserves $2,000. Okay? And he sits up there and he loves to fire people. He walks around with his big, fat, disgusting belly. And, you know, when he fires you, Mary, he'll walk up to you. Hey, how you doing? Can I talk to you for a second? Yeah, nothing's wrong. Listen, we got to let you go. Because he's a snake. He's a snake in the grass. And it really is a shame, guys, because I'm telling you, I would have been a great probation officer. I would have helped these kids. I'm understanding. I'm compassionate. I'm empathetic. These are the things that you need to be if you're in law enforcement. I think so. I mean, there's a line. You know, you can't be a pushover. But, yeah, so now we're back to, in Mario, just so you know. You know, I'm really was trying to get my life back on track, and you won't let it happen. You won't let it happen because you have some weird obsession with me, you freak. And now, guys, I'm an outlaw. Society won't let me back in. Society will not let me back in. They won't do it. They won't. I've tried everything. I've tried to be a part of society, and I can't get. They won't let me back in. So I've given up. Okay, I've given up. I don't care. I'm going to find a way to make this podcast successful. I'm going to find a way to make my stand-up comedy act successful, and I don't need some bullshit dildo like Mario Diodama tell me what I can and can't do. Mario, I'm telling you this, by the age of 40, I'm going to be more successful than you. I'm going to find a way to bury you. I know. If anyone out there has any dirt on Mario Diodama, the administrative staff on the 14th floor, please give it to me. Please give it to me. I want to take him down, okay? I want to watch his fat ass get fired and have to go out here in the real fucking world and deal with what we were dealing with. People out here in the real world, we're struggling. All right, we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to keep our head above water. I don't do anything wrong, guys. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a bad person. I referee games all the time. I bartend. I'm doing everything I can to get by. I wanted a real job. I wanted a job helping people, but Mario won't let it happen. So, like I said, that's the story there. My mission in life is to now, I'm getting a champagne bottle with his name on it, and when he goes down, it's not if he goes down, it's when he goes down. I'm going to find something. I'm going to dig. I'll go back to the 70s. I'll go back to high school. I will interview his high school classmates. I need dirt on this man. And I need him to get fired. I need him to walk his fat ass down those steps out into the real world and go, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? Figure it out, fatty. I figured it out. I mean, I'm getting by. I can make almost $1,500 a week just hustling. I don't think that guy's going to survive. Once again, these people at workplaces, man, like, you know, they fire you in an instant, and then they want 2 weeks. You ain't getting fucking 2 weeks, okay? You ain't getting it from us. When you want to leave, leave. Walk out the damn door. They don't care about you. And my only advice, guys, I'm 33 years old. I'm doing a podcast in my parents' basement after I just got done reffing 5 youth basketball games. So I can't really be giving advice to you. I'm going to give you one piece of advice. Do not tell your coworkers a goddamn thing. They don't want to be your... They're all stiffs. They're losers. So don't tell them anything. If anyone wants to hire me for any type of job, I'm available. Next week is the comedy night. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time. So yeah, come on out. This is the podcast, and in closing, I'm just gonna say one thing. Fuck you, Mario. You fat pig. You're an ulcer. You're vermin. You're scum. And I'm actually not a person, I never in my life, ever, I never want to see anyone get fired, because getting fired ruins your life. Now look, if you're stealing money, if you're doing this, that, I get it. I didn't do any of those things. I had a few drinks, which are legal in America. You know, Prohibition ended in 1920-something? It's legal for you to drink alcohol if you're above 21. So I don't know how the fuck I didn't get this job. I'm going to get a lawyer. I'm going to go after him. I'm going to contact his high school classmates. I'm going to contact his neighbors. I'm going to contact everyone that's ever worked with him. And we're going to find some dirt. And we're going to bring his fat ass down. And it's going to be beautiful. You know, years ago there was a car dealership that sold me a lemon. And they were kind of mocking me, saying, hey, there's nothing we can do about it, this, that, and the third. I said, well, let me tell you something. I got nothing to lose. And there is nothing more dangerous than a man who has nothing to lose, okay? So I went to that car dealership dressed as lemons, and they bowed to me, okay? Because they knew. They didn't want this story going to the news. They didn't want the bad publicity. And they said, look, we'll give you whatever you want. But that is not going to happen with this. The only way I win this war is if Mario loses his job. We have to get this motherfucker on the streets, on unemployment, on welfare. He needs to see what it's like. By the way, I'm looking at the news right now. Officer shot, juvenile escapes from prison. These fucking people aren't doing a good job. And they're worried about me being around the kids. In closing, fuck you, fuck everybody, fuck the 14th floor, get a real job, you creep. That's the episode of Soaring Highs and Crushing Lows. And by the way, people tell me, oh, don't, careful what you say, careful what you say. Why? Why should I be careful what I say? I don't care. Society won't let me back in. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say, okay? Trump 2024, DEI is bullshit, build the wall, fuck you. I'll say whatever I want. That's the end of the podcast. Please don't let your children listen to this podcast because there's a lot of curse words going on. And yeah, that's that. And we'll see you next time on Soaring Highs and Crushing Lows.